Guys, welcome to the Wednesday at Cardone University, Cardone On Demand Mastermind. My name's Steve Spray, coming to you live from the 305. And what we do here every single Wednesday is we drop in live so we can help out our fellow salespeople who are out in the marketplace, in the trenches. They're using Grant Cardone sales training material to be able to help them out every single day. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to take live callers. You guys want to call in? We're going to be talking about getting your pitch right. I got people who send me things every week. They send me material. And so what I want to do is I want to cover some things that I got and help this guy out as well as help you out. So if you want to call into the number, if you're ready to write this down so you can call, it's 305-865-8668. That number again, 305-865-8668. So guys, what we do here on Wednesdays is to make sure that the Cardone University program that you're using, any Grant Cardone sales training material that you're using right now to help you and your business, we're actually making sure, this is a support call, a service call to make sure that you guys are winning with it. So if you guys want to call in, any questions, anything that you have, I'm going to answer them. You want me to take a look at your pitch? You want me to look at anything? That's what we're here for. So again, 305-865-8668. That is the number to call. So lots of big things happening here. If you follow Grant Cardone on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you know that we got the 10X Growth Conference happening. It's happening March. Okay, monster names are going to be here. So this is going to be a 3-day event. A lot of people are asking, like, what's going to happen, who's going to be there, what it's going to be. This is going to be a monster networking event for you, and you're going to be able to view 20 speakers, okay? 20 top-of-the-line speakers that are going to be speaking for a specific segment of time on their particular deal that they typically work with. So what you're seeing right here is you've got all the speakers at 10xgrowthcon.com. Okay, you're going to see Grant Cardone, Jay Abrams, Tim Story, okay, Elena Cardone. I got JJ Giacontelli, Brad Lee, Les Brown. Okay, that is Les Brown. Okay, I got Tim Grover. I got Roddy Chong. Okay, some big names, guys, here. We've got Tom Cummins, Danelle Delgado. Guys, there's a lot of people here, and so what most of these speakers have done, have had massive success in their business. They're coming to the 10X Growth Conference to teach you how to grow your business. So whether you're an individual, whether you got a company, we've got different types of tickets for you to be able to check out. So go to 10xgrowthcon.com and you'll be able to see all those. So guys, you want to call in 305-865-8668. That's the number. And I'm going to help you out. So I got an email this week from a guy, and he actually sent me up. So I wasn't exactly sure whether he was talking about whether he sent me his pitch or whether this was something that came from an email. But what I noticed right away was that the communication is, there just is none. And so what we talk a lot about here each week is trying to figure out how to use Grant's material, whether it's a cold call pitch, whether you're in a close, whether you're inside your sales process, no matter where you're at, you need to be able to use this the right way. Okay, so there's no magical word track that you're going to use, but there are strategies. Okay, the strategies are in there. And so what we do here is we make sure that you understand how to use Cardone University to basically match those up. So I want to give an example of somebody who sent something in. I'm going to leave the guy's name out of it, and we're just going to call him John for this. So he sent me an email. I said, hey, check out my pitch. What do you think about it? I'm going to read you the pitch, and then I'm going to tell you what I think about it. Okay, so it says this. Hello, I'm John. My expertise is interior painting. I'm pretty well-rounded with homes. I would love to be your friend and eventually want to do business with you to give awareness for my company. Choosing me would be the best choice. I work with realtors, contractors, and customers who want to raise value in their homes or just increase the look. I want you to know that I care about you. I'm not here for a quick fix. I'm here to build relations so you may feel good about your home. I'm here to create opportunity. If would like to reach me, you can email me, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, first off, this guy who sent it in, thank you for actually sending this in to say, hey, dude, this is my pitch. This is what I'm sending out. What do you think? Does that work? Okay, so, if you guys want to do the same thing, that's what we're here to do, just kind of give you our opinion. And so there's a lot of things that you can use from Grant Cardone, Cardone University, Cardone On Demand, and a lot of the webcast training that we have solves these problems right here. Okay, so one of the first things is that I don't even know what this is, to be honest. Like there's just nothing there that like sticks or helps me understand. It's almost like an advertisement, right? And it's more of just like it's a really bad sales pitch, right? And so what I want you to do is I want you to find inside the program. Okay, I'm going to go to Training Center right here and actually click into this part of the program where you can figure out, hey, how do I take the pitch that I already have right now? Okay, I'm already using it, and how do I really tighten it up? And how do I make it better? How do I make my pitch better? And so what I want you to look at is I want you to go inside the program right here where it says Master the Cold Call. So as you see me going into Cardone University, and guys, if you're not on Cardone University, write this down, masterthecoldcall.com. You can purchase this individual program. There's 59 courses just on mastering the cold call. Now, what you want to look at is this piece here. Okay, you want to go into the cold call process. This entire piece breaks every single thing down. This is, understanding the purpose of my call. This isn't just material that Grant talks about. Hey, here's what a cold call is. He's helping you understand, like, what is the purpose of my phone call? Because, guys, if you understand that part, and you can start to pick up more on what you're doing, the purpose for your call, the purpose for your follow-up, the reason why you're saying this strategy versus one other strategy, you're going to have a lot more conviction behind it because you're going to understand it. Okay, so I hope you understand that. What you want to look at next is you want to look at this piece right here, the greeting, the big claim, qualifying, fact-finding, and then finally the close. So identify what you're trying to close on this deal. So here's what I want you to understand. Typically on a cold call, the first close, and this is what I tell my guys all the time, I say, hey, look, the first close is you're closing the guy on time. Most of the time when you reach out to somebody cold, you're not going to slam dunk them on a close. It's available. It's definitely available. If you see somebody and you're like, hey, you know what? This is a cold call, but I think this guy might close down right now. Okay. If that happens, dude, close it down. They have a monster need for what you do. You can definitely help them out. So there's a huge opportunity, but most of the time that may not happen, right? It's a cold call. They didn't even expect it. So I want you to identify first what is the purpose of my call. Okay, well, what this guy's doing, John's actually just trying to get out of obscurity. Hey, man, here's what I do. I do interior painting. Okay, I typically work with realtors, work with contractors. I work with customers who want to raise the value of their property. Okay, so I want you to really understand that, but you got to do the training, guys. You got to do the training. Master the cold call. So Grant's going to help you understand more about how to really define exactly what the call is going to be about. And this is one call for your business. Okay, John does interior painting. This is one call that he does. He has many calls. He's got follow-up calls. He's got prospecting calls. He's got closing calls. He's got day 2 follow-up, day 3 follow-up. So those are all different. I want you guys to really identify that. If you guys are having the same problem in your business, I want you to call in 305-865-8668 and reach out, man. Let me know your situation. That way I can really help you out in your pitch and what you're doing. That way you've got your pitch tight. So the first thing that I would do, number one, identify, hey, what do I want these guys to know? Well, it's a cold call. I'm trying to get out of obscurity. I'm trying to sell them on time. So if it's an email, I want you guys to look inside the internet response. That way you can understand how to communicate with them properly over email. I want you to take everything you learn inside Master the Cold Call, and I want you to transfer it into a pitch that you can use on an email. I want you to think I need to keep those short. Okay, if I send somebody a book in an email, dude, they are not going to look at it. I want you guys to think with your own buying experiences. Think about that email that you get. It's cold. Okay, you're dogging on the sales guy. You're thinking, dude, who is this guy? Who's cold emailing me? And you want to go archive it. I want you guys to think about the way you look at these things and think about what's happening when you send that particular communication out to somebody, what they're doing. Okay, so identify what you want in the email or the call. Identify, what am I doing? The first thing you're doing on a cold call is you're selling them on the time. Okay, so I may not even want to paint the inside of my home. I may just be trying to find out, hey, look, if you're a realtor, I want to be able to get with you, I want to do some business, see if it even makes sense for us to talk in the future. So I want to be clear. I want to state that up front. So, hey, my name's John. Hey, just want to be up front. I'm an interior painter, okay, and I'm pretty well-rounded in helping out homes increase the value that they have, okay? Typically, I work with realtors, I work with contractors, and a lot of times I'm just working with customers who want to increase the value of their property. Okay, I don't know if any of this is you, but based off the research I've done about you and the way I found you on Facebook or, blah, 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 or a friend told me about you, right? It seemed like it'd be a smart idea to connect. Let me ask you, are you in the market right now for any type of interior painting for your property? Okay, I got to get into communication with the guy, right? I want you guys to think about a tennis match. Okay, now, when you're doing the training inside the program, inside Cardone University, okay, I got some callers calling in. I'm going to get to them. When you're doing the training inside Cardone University, what I want you to understand is what Grant is talking about inside the program. Look, you got to get inside here and you've got to get the proper questioning. Okay, so on the cold call, I'm in the cold call. I'm selling them on the time first. I'm not necessarily selling them on me. I am going to drop a monster claim. Okay. Hey, do you own a home? Excellent. Hey, the last guy that I worked for actually repainted his property, increased his home value by 8%. I don't know if that's something that you're looking to do right now, okay? But what I'd love to do is I'd love to just give you a quick evaluation of your property if you don't mind me stopping by. Look, I'm going to be in the area this week anyways. I got a lot of clients. I'll be driving around. If I were able to drop by, just give you a quick idea of what that would look like and give you an estimate, okay, when would be a good time for me to stop by? This is what I want you guys to really think with. The first sale is the time, okay? Then I get in there. I drop the big claim. Hey, man, I'm going to increase the value of your property by 8%. I don't know. That was a number I just made up. You got to figure out what you're going to do. It's inside the training, inside the big claim, where Grant's going to help you walk through to figure out what type of big claim you should be using, how you should use it, how it looks on a cold call versus the big claim inside the close. Those are different, guys. Those are different because remember, we're going to get real logical in the close versus, right here, man, we're just, we're trying to get some emotion to get a guy excited about it. Yeah, hey, man, dude, if you're in the area, drop by. Man, I'd actually love to get that. That'd be awesome, And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into qualifying and fact-finding. So, Rob, if you want to show the computer right here, what I would do is, so if I'm this guy, John, who actually sent this in, I'm dropping my big claim. I'm saying, hey, what I would do is I would actually love to drop by. Would love to give you an evaluation of your property. Okay, the last guy I did this for, we just did this for him last week, and then he got an actual evaluation of his property home value, and what we did was able to increase it 8%. Okay, let me ask you, when was the last time you guys looked at selling your property? Oh, you know what? We've been thinking about it. Excellent. I don't know if you thought about putting some upgrades in here, but typically an interior painting is it's very low cost, but adds a lot of value to the property because the new homeowners gets them excited. They see the value up front, and they don't have to do it when they move in. Okay, so let me ask you. I'm going to be in your area. It'll be this week. I'd love to drop in. It takes me about 20 minutes just to get you some pretty exact numbers. That way, look, whether you do this now or you do in the future, you know exactly what it's going to look like. Okay, you going to be there Thursday at 2 p.m.? Yeah, I'll be there. Okay, good. Now the guy's going in the close. So now we're going in the close of the cold call right here. Inside the close, this is the part, guys, where I've got to close the guy. I got to lock it down. I need them to lock it down. This is where you guys are setting all these fake appointments. They're the guy saying, oh, yeah, just come by, man. Come by if I'm there. Hey, oh, yeah, give me a call at like Tuesday at 2 or blah, 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 whatever. Okay, dude, lock it down. Excellent. John, listen, I'm going to be there Thursday, 2 p.m. Let me ask you this, man. For any reason, would you not be able to make it there? Or would you not be home whenever I stop by? Oh, no, I'll be there. Excellent, man. Hey, do you happen to have a calendar in front of you? That way you can maybe pencil me in right there. I'll be about 20 minutes. Most people have calendars on their phone. Okay, so I'm going to take a question here before I finish this up, and I'm going to go to Nick. Nick's from New Jersey. Nick's calling in. Nick.
Yes.
What's happening up in the Jersey?
Oh,
okay, good. So I think we may have dropped him there for a second, but we're gonna pull him back in. So, anyways, what I'm talking about right here is that look, at this point, guys, you guys got to close it. We're closing them on the time. That's the first sell. That's the first sell. That is number one. I got to close the guy on the time. I'm going to close him on the 10, maybe the 15 minutes. If I'm selling a B2B product, I'm selling this to a company. I'm selling them on the time. I'm calling the guy up. Look, I know. This is a cold call, man. It's the middle of the day. Look, I didn't expect to have time right now. But what I want to do is just maybe give you a little bit of information on what we're doing and see if it makes sense to give you a call back. Hey, are you sitting in front of a computer right now? Is there something that I could send you? I'm going to drop it into you. Where's a number I could text that to? These are questions that you can ask. Oh, Nick, what's up, man? How you doing?
Okay, good.
Oh, good, man. Yeah,
am
Nick.
I live here? Because I got you on delay. I'm actually watching you.
Oh, I apologize, man. You probably got me on delay, but you are live right now.
Oh, okay. Hey, listen, my question, it turns out I'm a painting contractor as well. I just signed up for Cardone University, and
Awesome.
Excited about my few minutes with Grant Cardone sometime in April, I think. My question, it turns out I am a painting contractor too, and so I have a question, and I could speak to what you just said, some advice for this guy.
Dude, I love that. I love that. I appreciate you calling in. That way we can try to work through this thing together. So do you want to do the question first, or do you want to do the comment first?
Yeah, I guess I'll do the question first.
Sure.
I'm actually calling on, realtors and dental offices. I'm making cold calls as well. And I just have my question is Grant Cardone, he says not to use, like when I call, I say this is Nick from Paint Corp. And I just got some advice from Grant not to do that. Unless if we're like this huge conglomerate like Google or whatever. And obviously no one's Google, so on the opening line, how do I get around? I'm trying to think of getting around. I just like to introduce myself. This is Nick with Paint Corp, and I was hoping you could point me in the right direction.
Great question.
The reason for my call, and this is to your point, I'm offering a free painter for a day on any average size painting project. Can I talk to the office manager, in terms of setting up an estimate? So so my question is, do I use my name and my company name in one sentence? And my comment would be, if you throw a hook like a free painter for a day, that'll get some interest. You
could, man. So it sounds like Nick's actually been doing a lot of research inside the program. So he's got a lot of this down. He's got a lot of good information, and this is a really great question. So what he's asking is that, look, whenever I call up, I got my cold call, I got my pitch down. Do I use my name? Do I use my company? What do I use? Okay. The reason why Grant brought this attention inside of his training was because most people were saying this. Hey, my name is Steve Spray. I'm calling from Grant Cardone's sales training office. We wanted to get with you. Now I got this like big long thing, and that they're on the call and they're like, what? Who? Steve Cardone? Grant? So it was just like so confusing, right? And so we were noticing that a lot with the pitches that we were seeing. So what Nick's asking is what should it be like whenever I do this? And Grant talks a lot about it inside the training. He says, look, most of the time you may not have to use the company name. You may not even have to use anything. So what I would do, Nick, is I would do this. Keep it very simple. Because I don't want to confuse them, right? I don't want to confuse them up front. So what do you do in like the simplest form?
What do I do?
Yeah, like what's your job? You're a painter, right? Or you're
I own a painting company. And you want to know what? Because my name is Paint Corp, I think that it gives clarity. This is,
It's great.
Well,
it's great.
Well,
it's
what
great.
does this company do,
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty self-explanatory.
So it's Paint Corp.
Anyway.
That's great. That's great. That's an easy one. That's what I would do. So what I would do, Nick, to answer your question is I would say this, man. I would just say, hey, it's Nick. I'm calling you from Paint Corp. Okay, we specialize in interior and exterior painting. Very simple on the cold call, right? I'll worry about getting all technical later about what we do a little bit further on. So just keep it real tight on that first initial setup. Okay. What's the other question that you had, or I think you had a comment about, with the discussion we were having today?
Well, I might have joined on, I don't know when you guys started. I just joined on a few minutes ago. No, I just wanted to call in. I didn't think I'd get through. I just, I joined the university. We
always get our first time callers through first. We always get our first-time callers through first, man. Hey, look, Nick, really appreciate you giving a call in. Congratulations on getting set up with Cardone University. It's going to be a massive game changer for you. It sounds like you're already doing well. Guys, Nick, like most people, are figuring out, hey, look, how do I get to the next level? That's why they're on Cardone University. That's why they're going to things like the 10X Growth Conference. Learning how to really grow their business, learning how to blow things up. There's many different areas in sales. There's many different things that you can do. So Nick, hey, thanks a lot for calling in, man. Really appreciate it. So guys, if you want to call in, you want to drop in any type of question. Nick had an awesome question that I think I noticed with most people's pitches that I look at. The first thing that I do when I see somebody's pitch, I just start going through and I just start marking out stuff. I'm like, okay, well, don't need that. That's way extra. Because you got this window of time right here. So what you want to do is you want to use Cardone University to just go in. There's an actual script. Grant already created it for you. He tightened the whole thing up. You just have to plug in your little buzzwords. Your name, your company, wherever is going to sound the best. It's in there. It tells you exactly what to do. Okay, anybody can do this, right? So you go in there, but you got to learn the training. You got to understand. Then what you got to understand is, look, what objections am I going to get next? So call me up and tell me what objections you get on the cold call. Let's handle them, okay? The number 305-865-8668. So I'll show you exactly where you want to set these up at. Whenever you're sitting inside Cardone University, you're inside Cardone On Demand, you're inside the phone training, master the cold call is exactly where you want to be. When you scroll down, you're going to see this, cold call objections. So what you want to do is you really want to identify what problems, what challenges you're getting, and then I'm going to watch these all the time. Guys, I want you to think about getting in the realm of watching these 30, 40, 50 times. I mean, really burn it into your brain. I'll tell you, that's exactly what I did. The more I watched it, the more I trained on it, the more natural I got with it. So I may not sound like Grant Cardone, but I use the word tracks and they work very well, but I've got my own deal on it because I've practiced them so much, right? And so this is what's going to help you out. You want to actually train on the ones you get a lot. That's why I favorite the segments. I always want you guys to pay attention to the little tools that you're not using in the program. These things like the favorites piece. That way I can always go back because I'm going to be reminded, and next month when I'm going back through and I'm like, hey, what do I need to pay attention to this month? And I go back into my favorites and I look into the favorites page. And let me show you where that's at. I'm going to go on to the main menu right now. And I'm going to scroll down here. At the bottom, there's a whole the favorites menu. So when I click into the favorites, here are all the segments that I'm looking at all the time. Oh, okay, these ones right here. And I'm scrolling through. These are what I need to pay attention to all the time. And then I'm going to find out, questions not to ask. And now I'm thinking, oh, you know what? Man, I was just on a demo the other day. And you know what? I think I don't even know if the questions I was asking were proper, so it's probably a good thing that I go back and rewatch this one. So I click back into it. There it is. It's available. It clicks up right in so I can go right back into the sales process. I can see the objections, the questions, everything that you guys need is going to be sitting right inside the Cardone University. So, man, we got a lot of callers calling in. I think people are getting objections and they want to get them handled. So that's what I'm going to do. I got Alex. He's calling from Connecticut. Alex, how's it going? Alex, how are you?
Hello.
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 Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
Hey, am I on?
You were on.
Oh, sweet. So basically my question is, basically I just joined on the 10X thing last week. I've been listening to Grant a lot, talk about, you got to love the deal, you got to want the deal. Basically, I don't know if this is off topic. Basically, I'm just concerned, I want to get into investing, the whole multifamily thing, save my income, but what do I do about being such a small fish? Because there's already guys in the game, big players,
Well, what do you mean by that?
Someone like me. You got guys like Grant, guys with teams looking for deals every single day, and then you got me. Not to say I'm not dedicated, working to work real hard, but it's just I'm only one man. How do I compete with that much manpower?
Okay, well, you know what? I mean, there's definitely no shortage of opportunity. I tell this to every company that I work with. I'm telling them, hey, look, dude, there's so much freaking opportunity. It's almost unbelievable. We should all be rich. All of us. Okay. There's so much business out there. And, what happens is that, for a guy like you, dude, you got a great opportunity, man. So what type of product do you sell?
So I actually don't sell. No, I work at a hospital right now. I don't sell anything. but I've always known I wanted to get into business. I just wasn't sure how. I didn't know what to invest. Like, I wasn't sure whether I wanted to go like more the business route, more the investing route. But I've been listening to Grant, and like my eyes are just kind of open.
Yeah.
And I know the biggest thing is, you know, increase my income and save. But, you know, hypothetical situation, you know, once I have enough money to invest, you know, I got all my ducks in a row. It's like, but then you got all these like.
So the job the job that you have now, like, do you see yourself? Is there anybody in that space that, you know, you see them investing, or you see them doing some of the things that you want to?
I have a couple. I've been talking. It's because I have heard, you know, from Grant, you know, big thing, you know, increase your circle, you know, spread the wealth.
Okay,
like
good.
The more you try to go, you know, the more you try to go at it alone, especially being inexperienced, the worse off you are.
Yeah,
so I got a couple friends that are interested, but as far as like, you know, I mean, I'm only 24. Not that age is, you know, important, but as far as people with like a lot more capital than me and a lot more influence than me, I don't really know anyone. So I guess my question is, it's like, you know, you got all these people with all this influence, all this capital, you know, teams of people looking for deals every single day. And I know there's no shortage of opportunity, but it's just like.
Yep. So here's what I would do. I would follow the money, man. So I would follow the money. I would look at what you're doing right now. I would look at your peers. Is there anybody here who's killing it? If not, I got to do something different. There's something else that I've got to do. So maybe you keep your main job and you go do like network marketing or MLM, or maybe you get a second job. I don't know. Like for me, dude, I got one job. I got one job. I went all in on it, hardcore. Okay, because I did all those other jobs where I had like 2 or 3. I'd be like, oh man, if I sold this and I sold that and I sold this, dude, I'd freaking probably be a millionaire. And then I wasn't. I was freaking broke at all of them. So when I finally committed to one thing, I went all in hard. I said, dude, I'm not doing anything else but freaking gonna crush it with this one thing. That's when it started paying me. But here's what I had to do. Number one, and everybody who's taking notes at home, I want you to write this down. Okay, I want you guys to get frequent, okay, before you worry about getting good. Okay, you need to get out into the marketplace and be able to do things. So he's asking the question like, hey, should I go into investing yet? Well, I mean, Alex, it doesn't sound like where you're at right now, you have money to go invest. What I would do, step number one.
Yeah, this is long term. I'm thinking this isn't
totally.
Now, but I know right now.
You got to start.
I want to increase the income.
Right, you got to start. So you got to increase the income. So you need to figure out like, okay, well, where do I increase the income? So if you guys have read the Millionaire booklet, there's some other wealth creation programs that Grant talks about this strategy. Number one, the first rule, dude, increase your income. You guys have got to increase. Yep. That's what the Cardone University is about. It's about, hey, how to sell more people on what we do, how to sell more products, how to get more services, and how to get more people in there. So I don't know if at your current job there's opportunity for commission.
No, I'm only making about
awesome
$450 a week, which isn't very much. So that's about
you can't live on that
a month. I'm trying to get up from $1,800 a month to $2,200 a month. But like I said, I'm not in a sales job. I don't make commission. So yeah, like you said before, I was thinking about grabbing a second job.
So if you can work more hours, right? If you can work more hours, or if you can do the things, but you got to use the rules. So hey, Alex, thanks a lot for calling in, man. I really appreciate that. Welcome to the 10X team, man. Welcome to the 10X team. Let's get your money right. So I got another caller. I got Danny calling in from LA. Danny, how you doing?
I'm amazing. Hi.
Hey, how are you?
How are you? I'm great.
I'm doing amazing as well. I appreciate you calling in on the show. What can I help you out with?
Well, I actually was calling because I wanted to possibly win a free ticket to GrowthCon. I just have to be there.
What do you?
I do have.
Yeah. So what are you doing to just totally like go all out, all in? Like, hey, look, I want it. Not just I want it for free, but like, what are you doing to like make sure that, hey, the universe aligns correctly to get me a ticket, to get me to the GrowthCon? Like, what? Lay out your strategy. What are you doing so far?
Okay, my company and I have 2 partners. We live in Los Angeles, and we host webinars for social media celebrities. And so we're making this huge sacrifice right now to relocate to live in my old hometown in Texas, in my grandma's house, which is a really small, like 2-bedroom, like really tiny house, and we're going to be cramped and uncomfortable. But we're doing that because we're going balls in on our company. We have 2 investors, but we don't want to spend the investor money on the GrowthCon ticket, so we're like moving to save money on rent to spend on the GrowthCon because we know that's where we need to be. We've also just recently signed up for Scientology. We're going hardcore into that because like Grant totally inspired us.
Oh, nice.
For a while now. So, I mean, we're making sacrifices left and right.
Yeah, love that. Love that. So you're moving all the way across. Well, not all the way across, but you're going 50% across the way. And so you guys are trying to get your business out there. I mean, if you were going to get the tickets, how many people do you have? Like in your group?
We have 3, but I heard the other day that y'all were going to be giving away at every live show. So I was planning on being on every live show and calling every day. So I got all 3 of our tickets.
I love it. Hey, did you read the 10X rule?
I have.
Did you read that chapter about omnipresence? Sounds like you did.
Say it again.
Did you read the chapter about the omnipresence?
I did, but honestly, I've read so many of Grant's books that I'm not really. Okay, ask me a question. I'll answer it.
Oh, no. I was just saying, hey, you're doing a good job. You're doing what you should be. You're covering up. You're getting known. You're getting attention. See, this is what Danny's saying. She's like, hey, look, dude, I want the freaking ticket. Okay. She's not worried about, and this is what most people need to be doing in their business every single day. This is what cold calling is about. It's about calling people. Hey, look, man, you know, I'm kind of a little bit desperate, dude. I need business to be successful. This is what she's doing. So you guys should definitely take some lessons from her in showing that, hey, look, step number 1, I'm not even going to worry about. I'm just going to take the first step and I'm going to make the call and say, hey, I want to earn your business. You know, so she's worried about that, and she's like, you know what? If that doesn't work, I'm just going to call you back tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna do this thing until I freaking get it right. So Danny, hey, appreciate that. Look, I'm gonna put your name in for a really good spot. We are doing the free giveaway on the tickets. So actually tomorrow on the Young Hustler Show. Okay, so guys, tune in for the Young Hustler Show. We're gonna be doing that. We're gonna be doing the free ticket. It's the free Growth Con ticket. Jared Glant's gonna be running a deal that you're going to have an opportunity to get a free Growth Con ticket. So I really appreciate you calling in. I love what you're doing.
Can I ask you for an objection?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so we host webinars for social media celebrities. We usually do makeup artists, hairstylists, and fitness people, and we were trying to relocate into another area where we do these huge families that just blog their lives. They have millions of followers, and we're trying to do family versus family where we fly them out to Los Angeles, and we have them do a scavenger hunt, and it's all a live webinar so people can tune in. The biggest objection we're having right now is like proof of concept. Like these people don't want to be the first people to do it, and so how do we get past that? Like we need someone to just go ahead and do it and let us run it out on them and get a proof of concept to send to the other families. But yeah, everyone's scared right now.
You know, guys, I tell you every single week, this is a certainty game. Okay, the only reason people don't do anything is because they don't feel certain about it. So, you know, what I would do is I'd start using some of the stuff that you read from the rebuttal manual. You know, hey, other than you not wanting to do something for the first time, would there be any other reason you wouldn't do this?
Okay.
Right? So I got to figure out what the real objection is. Probably the real objection is something that you're not hearing. It's probably something in your pitch that you might have missed. They don't feel certain about it, so they're using this, well, you know, give me some more, you know, let's let somebody else do it and be the guinea pig. Okay, here's what happens. Yeah. Most of the time, people are like, you know what, I don't want to be the first one to do it, except for, guess what? Did they do hey, sir, let me ask you. I know you don't want to do anything for the first time, okay? Nobody wants to be the guinea pig, but when was the last time you did something for the first time? When was the last time you were the first guy to do it? Okay.
I love that.
How many times have you been married? One time. Okay. Dude, tell me about the first time you did that. You know? So, like, look, this is what I want you to understand. These people, they do this stuff all the time. Okay? You live out in LA, man. Tell me about the first time you ate tacos, dude. You know it's different out here. You know it's a different deal. I want you to tell me about the first time you did that. You didn't stop and say, I'm not doing the taco thing until I get some ROI on this deal. You know? So what I want you to do is I want you just to bring the guy back. Bring him back to a place. So Grant talks about this in Cardone University. This is all in here, guys, and this is like an awesome question. So, man, I might just have to get Danny a free ticket for great questions today. So look. So here's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to understand that all this material is inside here. Understanding the buyer. I say it every week. Next week, guess what's happening? I'm going to be talking about understanding the buyer. It's some of the most unbelievable, most valuable content in really understanding what's going on with the customer so that way you can handle these objections and figure out. So step one, what I would say, Danny, is I would do this. Hey, other than this being the first time, would there be any other reason why you wouldn't do it?
Okay.
You know, and so there's two different ways he can go from there, or she. They can just either go, yeah, no, other than that, I would probably do it. And then that's where I'm going to take them back. I'm going to say, actually, man, hey, look. When was the last time you did something for the first time? I mean, you probably do things all the time for the first time, okay? When was the first time you talked to me? This week, okay? So you're doing things now. Currently, you are doing things that you're doing for the first time. You're probably going to do something else today, okay? I just got to get them to understand that's kind of a stupid thing, but I got to figure out what the real objection is, because what the real objection is that they don't think it's going to help their business.
Right, because they're uncertain about our pitch. And we've tightened up our pitch a lot, and my partners are listening to the computer right now, so you've helped us out a lot. And
awesome. This is the one thing I would take away from that too. I would, if it comes down to that, I would ask them this question, or I would actually tell them this. Hey, Mike, look, there's only two reasons somebody wouldn't do this. Okay, number one, they're not the decision maker, and you own the company, so I think you are. Okay, and the other reason is you don't think it's going to work for you. So which one is it? You know, actually ask him, you know, hey, you don't think this is going to work for you, do you? What about what we're doing do you think's not going to work? Okay. I know you don't want to be the first one, but what about what we do you think's not going to work? Oh, no, I think it's going to work. Then good, man. Then let's do it. Let's roll. You know, or you know what? I don't know. Okay. Look, sir, take full responsibility for that. Totally apologize. Okay. I apologize. I didn't show you enough value. Okay. There may have been something that I missed inside the sales process. Okay, let me actually show you a little bit about what we've done. Okay, we guarantee that we will be able to get this type of ROI for your company through these webinars. This is the type of traffic. Now, let me ask you, because I know this is new for you. When was the last time you had traffic like this to your company? You know what? We had something like that the last time we did. We did one of those big. We did like some crazy radio ad. We had a bunch of people calling in. Awesome. Okay, this is exactly like the radio ad, but it's different. We're going to capture a new audience. Okay, these are new players, new people, bigger parts of your business. And how many of those deals did you convert the last time you guys did a big ad? Oh, dude, it was the biggest month we ever had. Good. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, let's make it bigger this time. Okay, I got to raise the guy's certainty in the game. It's all a certainty game, guys. So, Danny, thanks a lot for calling in. I'm gonna tell you what though. I'm rooting for you tomorrow. I am rooting for you tomorrow.
You're gonna see me.
Are you coming in here? Or are you just talking about the growth con? I better see it. I better see it.
I don't care how I have to do it. We're getting to the growth con, so you'll see it.
I can't wait to see you there. Okay. All right. I got one more call. I got Michael calling from Texas. Michael, how you doing? Michael, what's happening?
Hey, it's a blast. How's it going?
Oh, pretty good, man. You said it was. What did you say? Was it Bryce?
Michael.
Oh, Michael, what's up, man? Michael, how can I help you out today, brother?
Hey, Steve. I have two questions.
Love that.
My first question is, how many calls does the best guy there make a day?
Well, what would determine the best guy?
Production of how much they sold.
How much they sold? Okay, I make about, roughly I make probably in the neighborhood like 80, maybe like 120 phone calls per day. But I've also got a lot of service calls. Okay, so my talk times are a little bit longer.
Right.
Okay, now somebody else who might be newer, who's in this like just pure prospecting stage, and this is a great question. I'm glad Michael called up for this, right? See, my pipeline is big. I've got deals I'm working all the time. Now, you got somebody else, who might be newer. Dude, the only thing they do is they make calls all day long. 200, 300 phone calls per day. Okay, voicemails on every single one of them. I mean, talking about, dude, we're gonna get I'm gonna stir up. I'm gonna get so much action going, dude. I'm gonna make things happen. I'm gonna get so much creation going on right now that like, dude, things are just gonna start happening. So there's a difference depending on what the position would be like. So that's an awesome question, man. I appreciate you asking. Where do you think you fit in with those two differences? Are you the guy who you already have a lot going on in the company, or are you newer to the company and you're like, dude, I would like to get a lot going on with my company?
I'm the new guy that would like to get a lot going on.
Awesome. Here's what I would do. And so if you're taking notes on this, man, this is one thing that Grant Cardone always told me, dude. He'd walk in, he'd get behind me. He's like, hey, dude, frequency before good. Frequency before good. You work that frequency muscle. You learn to get frequent. And you do the training and actually start getting good with that, and you can actually pair those two together, dude, you will be unstoppable. Okay? And he's right. Okay. My career's been unbelievable so far. So massive help, big jumps, but the number one thing was that I had to get frequent first. And so that gives me a lot more opportunities to get in the game. It gives me more opportunities to get in, and then I can come back to Cardone University. And Rob, if you show my computer right here, this is where I can come back and I can say, dude, hey, where did that break down? Hey, where was that good? Where was that bad? Did I lose the deal? Did I show my product? Did I get inside the close? What objection did I get? Am I in a follow-up? Did I do a bad job on the follow-up? It allows me to come back and actually use Cardone University, the more action. But if I'm not getting in the game, guys, if I'm not getting out there and actually getting in the game, then I don't have that opportunity to really evaluate where I'm at. So, man, that's an awesome question. What's that second question that you had?
Yeah, it kind of related to that in the frequency part. I got my script and I was wanting to give you my pitch.
Oh, dude, I would love to hear the pitch. Let's hear it.
All right. Is it now? This is to the decision maker. We already passed the gatekeeper.
Okay.
It's pretty easy to get past them.
Got it.
So I'm gonna hit you with the DM pitch.
Got it.
All right. Hey, this is Michael. The reason I'm calling is we just came out with new benefits to offer to the employees, and I want to schedule a time to run you through how to help you guys. Are you the person that handles the benefits, or would there be someone else involved?
Yeah, I typically look at them, but we're probably good right now. This is something that we looked at the beginning of the year, and we're probably another 6-12 months out before we look at it again.
Hey, of course, most people, they're good, but I want to make you guys excellent. What time in the beginning of the year do you usually handle it?
Yeah, you know what? I mean, we look at this probably every 24 months, so we may consider it in about 6 months. If you want to give me a call back in like June, that would work.
June, excellent. Hey, I'd love to schedule a time with you in June for now. There's calendar open.
I mean, it's June, man. I have no idea.
Hey,
why don't you try me? Why don't you try me on June 1st? See if there's a time that would be available.
Hey, I'd love to try you June 1st. Is mornings or afternoons better for you?
Yeah, just the same time is typically pretty good.
The same time?
Yeah.
So like 2:44.
Yeah, like 2:43, something like that.
Awesome. Hey, thank you so much, Steve. Have a great rest of your week.
Hey, thanks a lot, brother. Hey, man. Hey, nice job. So he's been listening. So this is what I love. Okay, I got a guy named, Mike was calling in. He's saying, hey, here's my pitch. I'm using a lot inside the program, but, and I want you to show this, Rob, because I'm going to show you how to work this out. So this helps me all the time.
Okay.
And I always look at this, right? So this isn't something I looked at one time and then I walked away with a master's in sales. Like I'm looking at it, I'm figuring out like, okay, I got what he said. I got what Grant Cardone said. Okay, but how can I do it better and then better? And I'm going to keep going back and listening to it to really hear what he says. And so earlier we showed you the cold call process. Now Michael's already done this. He's done an excellent job of like getting his pitch down. He's got it tight. I can tell the guy has rehearsed it. Okay, he probably would actually probably get some appointments set like at a pretty high rate compared to a lot of things I hear. I thought that was decent. So what I would do is I would go to this part right here, cold call objections, because it's not just about the first pitch. Like there's no one magic pitch up front. Like you've got to be good or you're not going to get the rest of the time on the call. But if you can't handle the objections, then you'll never really set the hook, sink the hook in. So get the big claim. Now, I know you do benefits, so this is like something with insurance, right?
You're right.
Do you work? What company do you work for?
I represent a lot of companies. So
Got it.
Colonial Life's one of them.
Okay, got it. So then good. So then what I would do is I would talk about, like Grant says, look, if you don't have a monster name to like, that's, like that everybody would know, right? Like I work for, like somebody that everybody knows is, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, dude, like that. I do business with these guys. Like I would tell them that. But if I tell you that I did business with freaking, John Raymond, you're like, dude, who the hell's, I don't even know who that is, So like if it's a reputable name, you want to use it. So he's got that down. He just called up. He said, hey, look, my name's Mike. Give it a call. I'm doing this. This is what I would do. I would tighten up the pitch. I would make the claim bigger. And remember, do you remember what the first sell is on the cold call?
To myself.
Well, that's the most important sell. That's the most important sell, because if you don't believe in it, dude, if you don't believe that you can actually help this guy out, you won't actually like bring the certainty, right? So, but the first sell to the other customer, it's the time, right? And so I'm just showing them on the time. And so I'm going to use a lot of these ways to handle objections. Now, what he said was, yeah, we already looked at it. We probably, so there's a couple different things that you could use inside this part of the program. Number one, I'm not interested. So I could actually use this. I could use some of the word tracks in here. Hey, look, man, I know you guys aren't interested right now, and you'd say it's the middle of the day on a Wednesday. I mean, I'm sure you're probably running your business right now. I got to use the ways to do this. Okay, what was the other objection that I used on there? Well, we're already doing somebody else. I understand you guys are already working with somebody else. Hey, call me next quarter. That was the one right there. So all the way down at the bottom, that was the one I used. Call me next quarter. So number one, I'm gonna go into agreement, right? Hey, Mike, absolutely, man. Happy to give you a call back next quarter. Whenever I give you a call back, man, we're gonna talk about all the different options and strategies. Hey, let me ask you this before I let you go, because I don't want to waste your time when I give you a call back next quarter. Hey, when you guys typically do business like this, who typically makes the decisions in the company? Is that you or is there somebody else? Okay.
It's me. It's me.
Excellent, man. I really appreciate that. And the last time you guys made a decision on this type of sale, what type of things do you guys look for? What's going to be most important to you?
Dude, to be honest, I kind of forgot what we even have. We kind of wait till then to look at it.
Yeah, most people had. Let me ask you this, man, because I'll tell you what. The reason why I'm giving you a call, we actually go into companies. We've got the same product that you're actually, or we've got the same service that you're already using right now, and we find ways to make it better. Okay, you may have heard of my company. We're here local. We're in town. Okay, the reason why we can do types of rates like this that your current company can't do is because we are local. Or because we're the Giants, or whatever you guys want to use on that. So what I would say is this: I would go in there. I'd say, look, let me just get a quick look at what you guys are doing now. I'll send over some material. If we can beat the deal that you got right now, then I would say, hey, it's up to you whether you want to take a look at this or not. Look, if we can't get a better deal and actually save you an extra $10,000, $20,000 per year on this particular service, I wouldn't even expect you to take a look at it, man. So, I mean, what would be the best way for me just to get the information on the rates that you guys have now? That way I can see if this is even worth me giving you a call back next quarter.
Yeah, just call me sometime, a little bit before the next quarter, and
right.
We'll take it.
Excellent, man. I'm gonna give you a call back next quarter. Let me ask you this: if I could get that data now, maybe it's not from you, and maybe it's probably from somebody else, where I could just get a little bit better understanding of what you guys are doing now. That way, when I give you guys a call back, or if the rates happen to change, I typically get the good insights on what happens industry-wide. I could let you know before there's a big shift, or that way if we could get you a better opportunity now, you could at least know the numbers. Who would that be in your company? Because I know you don't have time right now, but is there somebody else that I could give a call to who would actually give me that data?
I don't got time right now.
I know you don't have time because you're running the business, but if there was somebody else in the company who had it, who would that be?
Man, I don't know. I got quite a big staff, man. I don't know. Can you give me a call back? I don't know.
How big's your staff?
We got about 30 employees.
Oh, good, man. You guys are monstrous. So if there was one person out of that monster 30, who would it be? Look, I know you don't want to give me a name right now, and I know you don't want me to bother you. I don't want to. The only reason I gave you a call is that way I could help you guys out, save more money on your current health rate, your current health rates, and what you guys are doing right now on the benefits. Okay, if I can't do that, if I can't save you guys 30% on what you're doing right now, I would not expect you to take another phone call from me. I wouldn't even expect you to even acknowledge me if I see you at Walmart.
Yeah, man, and I appreciate that, bro. And just give me a call back next quarter, man.
I'm going to give you a call back next quarter. But if I talk to somebody else in your organization right now who might have your current data, and then that way next quarter when I give you a call back, I don't waste your time, who would that be? Look, I know you're not going to answer the question, so if you did answer the question, who would it be?
You might try, man.
So, look, I know you're brushing me off right now, okay? I know you're brushing me off. I'm not going to go anywhere. I'll call you back next quarter. Hey, look, let's make it 2 quarters, okay? Dude, I'm in it for the long haul, bro. I'll call you back in 2 quarters. But today, I'm talking about today, dude. Who can I talk to today that can actually give me these numbers? That way in 2 quarters or 3 quarters, if I want to extend this thing, could actually give me some real rates, and I can find out, does it make sense to call you back or not? Because I don't want to waste any more of your time.
Yeah, man, call Linda.
Dude, I love Linda. Linda. My aunt's name's Linda, dude. I love Lindas. Me and Lindas, we freaking get along, bro. Appreciate your time.
Thanks.
You know, so dude, I'm gonna hang in there, man. Look, at some point, the guy's just gonna be like, you know, and you're not gonna be able to do that with everybody.
Yeah, because at some point I was like, it was like when I hang in for that long.
But it takes repetition, man. I got to get some frequency. Like, you know, me hanging in there and like grinding on a guy like that, you know, dude, he's either probably gonna hang up on me. Oh, big deal. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know, maybe I got to call him back. He forgot about that already. You know, so that's not even a big deal to me. Okay. So I wasn't going to get his business anyways, but I got to try. I got to show him that, hey, look, man, I'm certain enough to hang in there. Look, if you can't give me the numbers, dude, who can? I know you don't want to give me I know you don't want to give me a name right now. That's what I'm going to tell the guy. I know you don't want to give me a name right now, but if you did give me a name and I happen to give him a call, would they have some numbers that they could actually drop into me? That way, when I call you back next quarter, or let's even say it's next year, man. Let's just say, because I already know it's something you guys never look at. If I call you back next year, I want to be able to find out, hey, what would it be worth the look or not?
Right.
And then he's going to go into another objection. He's going to go into another deal, and he's going to say this. He's going to be like, you know what? We're just happy with who we are. Excellent, sir. Look, other than you being happy with who you're working with right now, okay, that wouldn't keep you from taking a look at what I have, would it? You know?
No.
Start going into it. And so these are the things that you got to do, but you got to do this with frequency. You got to do it. Right. And you got to sound good, guys. If you don't sound good, dude, they're going to hang up on you and they're going to be like, you know, you're a jerk. But you got to sound good. So my tone's good. I'm getting the flow down. Like, I've practiced this content so much that I can actually use this and like really communicate with the guy, man. I can be like, hey, look, man, I know you don't want to give me your number right now, but if you did, what are those digits? You know, right. You would be surprised at the amount of people that freaking start cracking up and they're like, whatever, dude. Okay. I got a guy, Mike Bonnet, at my office, came up with like the best word track I think I've ever heard on the phone call thing. You know, he was talking to a GM one day and he's like, hey, look, man, what's a number? And he was grinding on. The guy finally gave him his number and he's like, now I'm going to give you my number. Hey, look, I don't want you guys calling me. The last thing I need is a bunch of business owners blowing my phone up, you know? So, dude, the guys were cracking up, okay? Guys, lighten the thing up. Most of these people, they're real people. They're getting beat up by salespeople all day long who are not good. So be the one who's different. Okay, so Mike, thanks a lot for calling in. Okay, guys, look, these are great things that people bring up, man. Mike, really appreciate that, dude. And so, look, what you want to do every single day is you want to use Cardone University. This is all designed to make you top of the line right here. Okay, but you've got to understand the selling basics. You've got to understand the buyer. You've got to know everything about the sales process and how to close a deal and all the strategies, how to be good on the follow-up. Because, guys, if you're just shooting from the hip every time, okay, if you're not using the motivation, if you're not looking at what are the top traits of the great salespeople, then you're just not going to do them. You're not going to do them. You're not going to be there. You're not going to show up, and you're going to be guessing every single time you pick up the phone. You know, and so we just did a little session with a guy named Mike who called in. You know, that role play should be something you should be doing every single day. You should be role playing closing situations. You should be role playing your process, your demo. Okay, all of these strategies are inside CardoneUniversity.com. And so if there's anything we can do, we're coming to you live every single Wednesday, straight from the 305. That's where we at. Okay, listen. Big day tomorrow, big day. Young Hustlers, we're giving away, Jared Glenn and Grant Cardone are going to be giving away a free GrowthCon ticket. So, guys, if you don't know about the 10X GrowthCon, go to 10xgrowthcon.com. Okay, there's going to be massive speakers that are going to be there. Okay, I'm going to flash it on the screen right here. Look at these monster names. These are people, okay, Les Brown, Jay Abrams, okay, Grant Cardone, Tim Grover, Danelle Delgado, okay, we've got Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank. I got Tom Cummins, okay, Elena Cardone, JJ Giacontelli, okay, Bobby Castro, Brad Lee. Guys, listen, these names, the one and only Jared Glant, these names are top-notch names of people who are running big businesses. The only thing we're talking about is expansion, growth, sales, closing. We're talking about culture, okay? My guy right here, we got Andy Frisella. Dude, this guy's going to tell you, freaking bone up. Dude, I like this guy. He's going to be awesome. Les Brown. Guys, look at the people that are going to be there. Tim Story. This guy works with Oprah, okay? We've also got guys like Lewis Howe's going to be there. Okay, this is something that you do not want to miss. I mean, these people all have monster 50 million, 100 million, 150 million. I got a guy on here, they just evaluated his company at 600 million. I got another guy who's going to be here. He runs $1 billion company. That's who you're going to be learning from at the 10X Growth Conference. So 10xgrowthcon.com. Guys, we're coming to you live every Wednesday. We'll be back. We'll see you back here next Wednesday. Thank you for your time.